Good afternoon, families, and welcome to Tape Trails. That's going to be our lesson for today. So you're probably asking, Miss Skylar, what are tape trails? Well, tape trails are when we take tape or string, whatever we have on hand for the day, and we make little patterns on our floor. And then we use them as trails to go exploring. Sometimes we can add toys to the trail to find little adventures on our way. Sometimes we can dance through the trails, and sometimes we can just use them to work on our tiptoe skills and our front to back to make better movement. So what I want you and your family to do is to do these 3 lines on the floor and do whatever you want with them. I suggest doing a really cool dance down them, or even just working on doing heel to toe and heel to toe to work on our balance and our foot touching skills. I'm going to go ahead and draw our 3 patterns. The first pattern, we're going to do a squiggly line, just like that. And if you really want, you can draw these really cool little rattlesnake tails, and you can give it a little head and a curvy little tongue. And look at that, you've got a snake. And this snake is a rattlesnake. Do you know that rattlesnakes shake their tails when they feel threatened or want somebody to back off? What's one way that you can tell somebody that you want them to kind of get away from you in your space because they're too close? The next one we're going to do is this pattern. Just like that. You know what? Another cool thing we can do after we walk them is we can draw these cool little lines and we turn our trail into mountains. That's pretty cool, right? I love the mountains. What are some things we can see in the mountains? Sometimes there are goats, and sometimes we get to see sunrises or sunsets. What are other things we find in the mountains? Maybe some snow or little snowflakes right there. Oh, what else? Do we see cars sometimes? I mean, they drive in the mountains, right? We'll just do our little zoomy lines there. Can you zoom like a car? What else? What else do we see in mountains? I think sometimes we can see the clouds overhead. And those are pretty cool too, huh? Have you ever got to look outside at the clouds and see cool shapes? Perfect. And our last one. That's a pretty cool one, huh? What is something we can use with squares? What is something that kind of uses a square? Well, what about a present? Those come in boxes sometimes, right? What else comes in the kind of like that? What about a plateau? That's when a mountain has a flat top. And sometimes you can even stand on top of them. What about the down motion square? What's something we could do there? What about a swimming pool? Do you like to swim? My friend here likes to swim in the little floaties. One more thing. What else do we use little boxes for, little tops like that? Sometimes we use them as trampolines. We can jump and jump. Do you like to jump up and down? Ooh, you should try jumping up and down along the trail. Look at our cool 3 patterns. Not only do we have these cool trails to walk, but we have all these fun things to think about with our shapes. So cool how we turned our shapes into cool things like snakes, mountains, and even trampolines and swimming pools. There's all kinds of stuff to do. Okay, now I'm going to have you go ahead and break away, and I'll set a fun little timer. And while the timer's going, I want you to use the lines and make these really cool patterns for dancing. If you want, you can even do cool step patterns. I would love to see. You should send videos to Skylar at elncgr.org or to my number at 616-535-5096. I would love to see your dances and your trail walks.